In this video, we are going to see about TNPSC Combined Statistical Subordinate Exam practice questions. We are going to see part 5. Let us move to the first question. Question number 1. In a frequency distribution, the coefficient of skewness based on quartiles is 0.6. If the sum of the upper and lower quartile is 100 and median is 38, then the value of the upper quartile is. So we should know the notations. Lower quartile is denoted by Q1, upper quartile is denoted by Q3, median is denoted by Q2. It is given that sum of the upper quartile and lower quartile is equal to 100. So Q3 plus Q1 is equal to 100 and median Q2 is equal to 38. We need to find the value of upper quartile Q3. Okay, so Bowley's coefficient of skewness. It is not given Bowley's coefficient, but it is given coefficient of skewness. So we know the formula of Bowley's coefficient of skewness: Q3 plus Q1 minus 2 Q2 by Q3 minus Q1. So skewness value is given as 0.6 and we are substituting the sum of the quartile Q3 plus Q1 100 and Q2 38. When you substitute the value, we get Q3 minus Q1 is equal to 40. Already we are having sum of the quartile is equal to 100, Q3 plus Q1. By solving these two equations, we get the upper quartile and lower quartile. Upper quartile Q3 is equal to 70 and lower quartile Q1 is equal to 30. So for the given problem, the correct option upper quartile is option C, 70. Let us move to the next question. Question number 2. Question number 2. For a normal curve, the value of beta 2 will be option A greater than 3, option B less than 3, option C equal to 3, option D none of the above. So for a normal curve, beta 2 will be equal to 3 and it is known as mesokurtic. If it is more peak than the normal curve, beta 2 value will be greater than 3, it is called as leptokurtic. If it is less peak than the normal curve, where beta 2 will be less than 3, it is called as platykurtic. So for the given problem, normal curve beta 2 value will be equal to 3 and we should know what is beta 2. Beta 2 is coefficient of kurtosis. So beta 2 equal to 3 means mesokurtic, which is normal curve. Beta 2 greater than 3 means which is more peak than the normal curve, it is known as leptokurtic. Beta 2 less than 3 means it is less peak than the normal curve, which is known as platykurtic. So let us move to the next question. Question number 3. The range of the Bowley's coefficient of skewness is option A 0 to 1, option B minus 1 to plus 1, option C minus 1 to 0, option D 0 to infinity. So the correct option is minus 1 to plus 1. The range of the Karl-Pearson's coefficient of skewness is minus 3 to plus 3. Karl-Pearson's range is minus 3 to plus 3 and Bowley's coefficient of skewness range is minus 1 to plus 1. Let us move to the next question. Question number 4. The mean of 50 observations is 30 and standard deviation is 5. If each observation is multiplied by 3, then new mean and standard deviation are. So we are having 50 observation and the mean of the observation is 30 and standard deviation is 5. All the observations are multiplied by 5. So what happens to the new mean? When we are multiplying all the observations by 3, so new mean will be 30 into 3, 90. So when we are multiplying by 3, what happens to the standard deviation? Standard deviation never changes. If we are increasing the observation or decreasing or multiplying and dividing, standard deviation SD never changes. But arithmetic mean, when we multiply, it will be changing. So the correct option is 90 and 5. So let us move to the next question. Question number 5. Question number 5. Arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean any series are equal when option A, the distribution is symmetric, option B, all the values are same, option C, the distribution is positively skewed, option D, the distribution are unimodal. So here the correct option is option B, all the values are same. For geometric mean, harmonic mean, there is no much relation about the symmetric values. So here the correct values, all the values are same. When all the values are same, arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean are equal. Let us move to the next question. Question number 6. The limits of the correlation coefficient are option A 0 1 1, option D no limit, option C minus 1 and plus 1, option D minus 1 and plus 1 including the limits. So here the correct option is option D minus 1 and plus 1 including the limits. Minus 1 and plus 1 are also included. So in our exam there will be three different types of questions. Option 1 type of questions will be very direct type of questions. 1 by 3 of questions will be direct questions. So out of 200 questions, we can expect 66 or 67 1 by 3 questions, direct questions. And another 1 by 3 questions, another 66 questions will be little complicated, like this type of questions. They will try to twist us. So in this question, you should not select the option C, minus 1 and plus 1. And third type of questions will be difficult questions. So there will be three different type of questions. One direct questions, you can answer them very easily. Some they will be twisting us 1 by 3 of the questions, and 1 by 3 of the questions will be difficult. So we should prepare like that. Let us move to the next question. Question number 7. Question number 7. If the plotted points in a scatter diagram lie from upper left corner to lower right, then the correlation is option A 0, option B negative, option C positive, option D may be positive or negative. So here the correct option is negative. If the points all lie in a upper left to lower right, then the correlation is negative. If all the points lie in lower left to upper right, then the correlation will be positive. You should know that. It comes from the scatter diagram. Question number 8. Correlation coefficient is the dash of the two regression coefficients. Option A arithmetic mean, option B harmonic mean, option C geometric mean, option D median. So here the correct option is geometric mean. Let us move to the next question. Question number 9. If the two regression coefficients are given by 0.6 and 0.8, the coefficient of correlation is option A 0.8, option B 0.962, option C 0.692, option D 0.296. So two regression coefficients are given. We need to find the correlation coefficient. Bxy is 0.6, Byx 0.8. Here we are not given two regression coefficients. We are denoted by symbol Bxy and Byx. Which is regression coefficient x on y, which is regression coefficient y on x, it is not given in the question. We consider Bxy 0.6 and Byx 0.8. We need to find the correlation coefficient. So we know the formula r square is equal to Bxy into Byx. R is correlation coefficient. So we get r square is 0.48. When we take the square root, we get r is equal to 0.692. When we take the square root, r value can be either plus or minus. So we know the property. Since both the regression coefficients are positive, correlation coefficient is also positive. So r value is equal to 0.692. Here the correct option is option C, r is equal to 0.692. Let us move to the last question of this video. Coefficient of correlation can be found by option A Call-Pearson's correlation, option B Spearman's rank correlation, option C scatter diagram method, option D all the above. So we know very well it can be found by all the above. So correct option is all the above methods correlation coefficient can be found. So thank you students. If you like this video, you share with your friends. Thank you.